Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. We're studying lesson number 12, and we studied the main concept of this lesson in the last session. So just to revise it briefly. So this lesson is about la nafiyatul lil jins, the particle, that la that negates the whole genus, the whole category of a thing. So by definition, here harfun nasikhun, this is the one of the harufun nasikha. So this is one of the particle like inna wa its sisters. So it comes on jumla ismiya, and then we have to find the, just like ismu inna and khabru inna, there is a ismu la nafiyatul lil jins and khabru la nafiyatul lil jins. So what it does, tanfil khabra, it negates the khabar an kulli jinsi ismiha, for all the genus of the ism. When we look for it when we study the main lesson. So basically this la nafiya negates the whole category of the ism. Yakunu ismuha mabniyan ala alamatin nasbi, and its ism. So we just like ismu inna, the ismu la is mabni ala alamatin nasbi, with the sign of nasab, fi mahalli nasab, in place of nasab. So we see the ismu la is mansub wa khabruha marfu, and khabru la nafiya lil jins is marfu. Litakuna la nafiya tan lil jinsi shurutan. For the la nafiya lil jins, there are some conditions. Yakunu ismuha nakira aw mudafatan ila nakira. So the ismu la nafiyatu lil jins, ismu la nafiyatu lil jins is nakira or is mudaf to nakira. So it cannot be marifa. Wala yakunu marifa. La yakunu bainaha wa baina ismiha kalimatun ukhra. So between the la and its ism, there should not be any other word. La yakunu qablaha harfu jarin. There should not be any harfu jar before la. So that is just the brief summary of this whole discussion about la nafiyatul lil jins. And then we studied al mutaaddi li maf'ulaini. So there are some transitive verbs that take two maf'ul bihi, and like zanna wa hasiba, like ata wa manaha. So just the summary of this is badul af'ali lazimatun. So some verbs are intransitive, they are not transitive. So laysa laha maf'ul bihi, they don't have a maf'ul bihi. Wa badul af'ali muta'addiyatun, and some verbs are transitive, laha maf'ulun bihi, they have a maf'ul bihi. Wa bazul af'alu muta'addiyatun li maf'ulaini, but some of the transitive verbs, they have two maf'ul. Wa hazihi al af'alu naw'ani, and these are of two kinds. Al muta'addi li maf'ulaini asluhuma al mubtada wal khabar. The transitive verbs that take two maf'ul bihi, and those two maf'ul bihi are originally mubtada and khabar, and those verbs are like zanna, hasiba, ra'a, alima, wajada. And the second type is the transit al muta'addi li maf'ulaini, the transitive verbs that take two maf'ul bihi, laysa asluhuma al mubtada wal khabar, and those two maf'ul bihi are not mubtada and khabar, like ata, manaha, wahaba, sala. So this we studied in the last time, and now let's apply these rules, this new learning, to the main lesson. Which is an interesting story about al-Arabiyu wal Khalifatu, the Bedouin and the Caliph. So Kan al Khalifatul Walid ibn Abdul Malik Kariman. The Caliph al Walid bin Abdul Malik was a very generous person. Yamnahu al-jaiya ta'aman. So now this is the verb that takes two maf'ul bihi. Manaha yamnahu. So let's define this sentence. So manaha yamnahu. Yamnahu is fe'lun mudari wal marfun walamatul rafi ad-damma. Al-jaiya is and before al-jaiya is we need to also look for the file. Wa filuhu damirun mustatirun fihi taqdiruhu huwa. So is a the file is hidden in it, which is huwa. Al-jaiya is maf'ul bihi awwalun mansubun wa alamat nasbi al-fatha, and al-jaiya is first maf'ul bihi, and ta'aman is maf'ul bihi sanin mansubun wa alamat nasbi al-fatha, and ta'aman is second maf'ul bihi. So this is the second category of the verb that takes two maf'ul bihi, because these two maf'ul bihi are not originally mubtada and khabar. There is wrong to say al-jayu ta'amun. That does not make sense. So these are not of the first category where the both maf'ul bihi are originally mubtada and khabar. Wa yutil fakira nakudan, and he gives the poor money. So similarly is the same way. Ata yuti fe'lul mudari wal marfun wa alamat rafi ad-damma dammatil muqaddara. So this is the weak letter. We don't see the damma here, but it's like UTU. Dammatil muqaddara lisikl due to heaviness. Wa fa'iluhu damirun mustatirun fihi taqdiruhu huwa. Al-fakira maf'ul bihi awwalun mansubun wa alamat nasbi al-fatha, and nakudun maf'ul bihi mansubun wa alamat nasbi al-fatha. So basically this verb takes two maf'ul bihi. So here al-fakira is the first maf'ul bihi, and nakudan is the second maf'ul bihi. Just like manaha yamnahu, this ata yuti also takes two maf'ul bihi, and we can see those two maf'ul bihi here. And this is also of the second category where these two maf'ul bihi are not mubtada and khabar. Wakana babuhu maftuhan likulli abiri sibilin, and his door used to open for every passerby. For everybody, his door used to open. I mean, his door was always open for everybody. So we can put i'rab on this sentence. So kana, we know fe'lun madin nasikhun mabni alal fathi. So this is the fe'lun nasikh, fe'lun madin nasikh. And babu is ismu kana marfun wa alamatu rafi ad-damma, and then babu is mudaf, and al-hawu damirun muttasirun mabni ala dammi fi mahalli jarrin mudaf alayhi. Maftuhan is khabru kana mansubun wa alamatu nasbi al-fatha. Likulli is two words, al-jaru, so al-lamu is harfu jar, kulli is ism majroor, and then also kulli becomes mudaf, and abiri is mudaf alayhi majroor wa alamatul jarri al-kasra. So is mudaf alayhi plus is jar wa majroor, and then mudaf and mudaf alayhi, and then this becomes mudaf abirin sabilin, and then sabilin is mudaf alayhi majroor wa alamatul jarri al-kasra. So his door are always open for every passerby. Hatta tahsabu kasrahu madinatan. So it looks like his palace is a madinatan sagiratan, is a small city. So this is another verb, hasiba yakhsabu, which takes two maf'ul bihi. So hasiba yakhsabu, for anta it is yakhsabu becomes tahsabu. So tahsabu is fe'lun mudari marfu'un wa alamatu rafi ad-damma wa fa'iluhu damirun mustatirun fihi taqdiruhu anta is for anta. and kasara is maful bihi awwalun mansubun walamatun nasbi al fatah, has a fatah here, and then it becomes mudaf. Al hau damirun muttasilun mabni ala dammi fi mahalli jarin mudaf ilayhi. So his palace, kas mudaf ilayhi also. And then matinatan is the second maful bihi sanin mansubun walamatun nasbi al fatah, and sagiratan is the sifa for madinatan, sifa mansubatun walamatun nasbi al fatah. So this is how we can put i'rab on this sentence. Kana nasu, the people were, wala shakka. So now we see the la nafiya to lil jins. So la is an nafiya to lil jins, harfun nasikhun mabni, and shakka is ismu la nafiya lil jins, mabni ala nasbi, mabni ala nasbi fi mahallin nasbin, and shakka is so shakka is ismu la nafiya lil jins, and the khabar of la nafiya here is mahzuf, that we studied in the lesson, is like it's like mawjudun. So is the origin, is the word, this is like la shakka mawjudun, there is no doubt present. So mawjudun is not written, is mahzuf. So la shakka, there is no doubt, absolutely no doubt. So that the people were happy. So kana again fe'l maz, just like we have done done the i'rab here. Kana babuhu. So similarly kana is fe'l madin nasikhun mabni al fathi, is fatah, and an nasu is ismu kana marfun walamat rafi ad damma, and so da is khabru kana mansubun alamat nasbi al fatah. So the people were, without any doubt, they were happy. Fala jaiya fil madinati, and there was absolutely no one hungry in the city. So fa is harfu atfin, and la is nafiyatu lil jins, harfu nasikhin mabni, and jayun is ismu la nafiyati lil jins mabni al fathi fi mahallin nasbin. Fi is harfu jarrin mabni al sukun, al madinati ism majrurun wa lamatul jarri al kasra, and fi madinati is al jarur wa majruru shibu jumla fi mahalli rafin khabar la nafiyatu lil jins. So here the khabar is shibu jumla, which is jarun wa majrurun fi madinati. So this la again negates the whole khabar in the category of jaiya. So in other words, la is this la, what is la is doing is negating that no one in the city, is negating this whole khabar, no one in the city, in the category of a hungry person. So in other words, there is in the whole city anyone you call a hungry, in the category of a hungry person, this law negates in the whole city. So people were happy, and there was absolutely no one who was hungry in the city, because they could go to the palace and they could go and eat. Samiya Arabiyun anta amil khalifati. So Samiya is the verb, Samiya yasma'u is the past tense, fi'l madin mabni al fathi. Arabiyun is the fa'ilun marfun wal amat rafi ad damma. So the Bedouin heard about anta ami jarun wa majrurun, and ta'amil khalifati is mudaf mudafari, about the food of the caliph, wa an halwal faluzaji, and about the faluda, the sweet faluda, al lazizati, sweet faluda. He heard about that. Faqala, then he said, la buddha min an azhaba ila al khalifati li akula min ta'amihi. So then he said that he must go to the caliph to eat from his food. So la buddha, again just like la shakka, la buddha, la is an al nafiyatu lil jins, harfun nasikhin mabni, and Buddha is ismullah nafiyati lil jins mabni al fati fi mahalli nasbin, and just like la shakka, here in also la Buddha, the khabar is mahzuf, which is mawjudun. It is translated as a must. So la Buddha means, so he said that he min an azhaba, so an is the particle which makes the fail mudare mansoob. So basically this is the verb zahaba yazhabu, and for ana becomes azhabu, but because of an it is an azhaba. Similarly, this lam also making this fail mudare mansoob. So basically this is akala yakulu, and for ana is akulu, but because of li is akula. So this is the particle, the fake fail mudare mansoob. Wazahaba, so he went ila Dimishka, to Damascus, Asimatul Khilafati, which is the capital city of the caliphate. So he went to the capital city, which is Damascus. So Zahaba yazhabu is the dhahaba is the past tense. Fi'lun madin mabni al fathi. Dakhala al khalifat allazi sa'alahu al julusa, and he entered upon the caliph, the one who asked him al jalusa, to sit. Fajalasa, so he sat. So I have i'rab on this sentence. So dakhala yadkhulu, dakhala we know, fi'lun madin mabni al fathi, wa fa'iluhu damirun mustatirun fihi taqdiruhu huwa, the file is hidden, which is huwa, and ala is harfu jarrin mabni ala sukun, al khalifati ism majroor wa lamatul jarri al kasra, and allazi we have studied that before. Allazi ismun mawsulun mabni ala sukun fi mahalli rafin sifa. So allazi is the sifa for al khalifa, and allazi is because it's mabni, so won't show the changes, and so we have to say fi mahalli rafin sifa, because if this is sifa, then is gonna take the haraka of its mawsuf, which is al khalifa. So because al khalifa al khalifati is majroor, so is ism mabni ala sukun fi mahalli jarrin. So if it's sifa, then it has to be fi mahalli jarrin. Is a typo here. So ism mawsul mabni ala sukun fi mahalli jarrin sifa, because if it's a sifa for khalifa, so khalifa is majroor, so this has to be majroor. This is mabni, so we can't say the changes of the i'rab, so we have to say fi mahalli jarrin sifa. Sala yasalu, so this is the verb that takes two maf'ul bihi. So sala is fi'lun madin mabni ala al-fathi, and al-hawu is the mirun mutasirun mabni ala dami fi mahalli nasbin maf'ul bihi awwal. So who is maf'ul bihi awwal, and al-jalusa is maf'ul bihi sanin mansubun wa lamatun nasbi al-fatah. And jumla fi'liya, this whole jumla fi'liya salahu, starting from here, is sillatul mawsul. When we have ismul mawsul, then we have to find the sillatul mawsul which connects the so this allazi, this sillatul mawsul goes to the caliph. So this whole jumla fi'liya is sillatul mawsul la mahalli laha min al-i'rab, and it has no function in the i'rab. So fajalasa, so he sat. Sal al khalifatu, the caliph said. Fail file manir rajulu, who is the man. Fajab al arabiyu, so the Bedouin, he answered. La kalama qabla ta'ami, no talking before food. So he asked the question to Bedouin, and Bedouin he responded, he said, no talking before food. So now we say that this is the la nafiyatu lil jins. So this negates the whole qabla ta'ami, which is the khabar for la nafiya. and kalama is ismu la nafiya. So let's review the Arab. So la is nafiya, an nafiyatu lil jins harfun nasikhin mabni, and kalam is ismu la nafiya lil jins mabni lal fathi fi mahalli nasbin. So kalam is ismu la nafiya lil jins, and qabla is zarf zaman mansub, or we can say maf'ul bihi mansubun wa lamatul nasbi al fatha, and at-ta'ami is mudaf li majrur lamatul jarri al kasra, and this qabla ta'ami zarf mudaf li is called shibu jumla fi mahalli rafin khabar la nafiyatu lil jins. So this la is negating the whole that there is absolutely nothing before food in the category of talking. So this negates this khabar in the category of ism. Al khalifatu la shakka annaka jayun, no doubt that you are hungry. So again la is an nafiyatu lil jins harfun nasikhin mabni. Shakka is ismu la nafiyati lil jins mabni al fathi fi mahalli nasbin. Shakka is ismu la, and mawjudun is again mahzoof. Khabru la nafiyati lil jins mahzoofun taqdiruhu mawjudun, and anna is harfun nasikhin mabniun min akhwatu inna, and ka is zamirun muttasilun mabni al fathi fi mahalli nasbin ismu inna. Ka is ismu anna, and jayun is khabru anna marfun walamatur raf. So for inna, anna, kanna, inna and its sisters, ismu inna is mansubun and khabru inna is marfun walamatur rafi al damma. So ka is ismu anna and jayun is khabru anna. Wa amara khalifatu an yuqaddama lish-shaykhi khurufun kabirun. So the caliph ordered, so this is the verb amara yamuru, the caliph he ordered an yuqaddama, again an is qaddama yuqaddimu, so this an is making it mansub, to place lish-shaykh, to bring for the shaykh a big lamb, for the senior, for the old person, the Bedouin. So he ordered to bring some food, which is the a big lamb, khurufun kabirun. Wuziya al khurufu amama shaykhi. So the lamb was put in front of the shaykh, in front of the Bedouin. So now this is the past tense. So let's review the Arab. So wuziya is actually, the verb is waza'a yaziu, to put. So from waza, the passive form of the waza is wuziya, where the first letter takes the dhamma and the second last take the kasra. So wuziya is fe'lu madin mabniun lil majhul. So this is the passive voice tense, passive past tense. And al khurufu is naibun fa'il marfoon walamatul rafi ad-dhamma. So in the passive form of the verb, passive voice verb, in the sentence there is no file. So and the maf'ul bihi becomes the naib file. So he put what? He put the lamb. So basically in the active form this should be maf'ul bihi, but here it becomes naib file. Naib file marfoon walamatul rafi ad-dhamma. Amama is maf'ul bihi mansubun walamatul nasbi al fatha wa huwa mudaf, and ash-shaykhi mudaf li majrur walamatul jarri al kasra. So we can also say amama as a zarf, the adverb of place, adverb of place and time. So this is the place in front, and this is mudaf ali. So he ordered to bring a big lamb, and so the lamb was put, so this is a past tense, the lamb was put in front of the shaykh. Faqatta lahmahu, so he cut a piece of it. Wa gharasa fihi yadayhi wa asnanahu, and he he placed in it his both hands and his teeth, just like you see in this picture. So I have Irab here. Gharasa. So the verb is gharasa yagrisu. So gharasa is fi'lu madin mabni alal fathi wa fa'iluhu damirun mustatirun fihi takdiruhu huwa. Fi is harfu jarrin mabni ala sukoon, and this ha is damirun muttasilun mabni ala dammi fi mahalli jarrin mudaf alayhi. So is fihi is jarun wa majrurun, and yadayhi, this is actually yadaini, because it becomes mudaf, so mudaf cannot take the noon, so the noon is removed. So basically is yadaini. So because it's maful bihi mansubun walamatun nasbi aliyahu, so this is just like yadani in the rafa form, and yadaini is the nasab and jar form, because this is maful bihi so it has to be mansub, so it has to be yadaini walamatun nasbi aliyahu, and it's the sign of being, it is mansub, that this is the ya, that this is mansub, because liannahu musanna, just like a regular plural. Yadani, yadaini, yadaini. So this is musanna, so is the ya is the sign that this is mansub, and then it becomes mudaf biduni nuni, because noon is removed, so then just yadai is left. And then is mudaf, and who is damirun muttasilun mabni ala dammi fi mahalli jarin mudaf alayhi. And waw is harfu atfin, and asnana, so that is why you see this is matuf ala yadaini, and that is why this is mansub, because this is, we have studied the followers that follow some words. So this matuf follows is matuf alai, which is yadaini. So because that was mansub, so that is why this is asnana, this is also mansub. So asnana is matuf ala yadaini mansubun mislahu walamatun nasbi al fata, and that is why is mansub. Wa huwa mudaf, and who is same thing, zamir mutasil mabni ala dammi fi mahalli nasbin mudaf alayhi. So the important thing to note here is that this is yadaini plus this attached damirun muttasilun attached pronoun, because mudaf cannot take al and cannot take noon, so that is why noon is removed. So it becomes yadaihi. Hatta, so he placed his both hands and his teeth in it, just like this. Hatta zanna al khalifatu ar-rajula asadan jayan, even the caliph, he thought that the man is is like a hungry lion. The man is like a hungry lion. So now zanna is the verb that takes two maful bihi, that we can see here, ar-rajula and asadan, and this is the fa'il, and this is the sifa for asadan. So let's review this sentence. So zanna yazunnu, so zanna is fi'lu madin mabni alal fathi, and al khalifatu fa'ilun marfun walamatu rafi ad-damma. Ar-rajula is maful bihi awwalun mansubun walamatu nasbi al-fata. Asadan is maful bihi sanin mansubun walamatu nasbi al-fata, and jayan is sifa mansub walamatu nasbi al-fata. This is the sifa for asad, that is why is following its i'rab. And zanna is the category of the verb that where the maful bihi, the two maful, they are originally mubtada and khabar. So if we can say ar-rajulu asadun, the man is a lion, so this can perfectly fit as mubtada and khabar. So originally so he thought that the man is like a hungry lion. Qala al-khalifatu fi nafsihi, so the caliph, he asked himself. So qala yakulu is, qala is fi'lu madin mabni alal fathi Al Khalifatu is fa'ilun marfun wal alamatu rafi ad-damma. Fi harfu jarin mabni ala sukun. Nafsi is ismun majrur wal alamatul jari al kasra wa huwa mudaf, and this ha is the mirun mutasir mabni ala dammi fi mahalli jarin mudaf alayh. So originally is mabni by damma who, but here is he because of nafsi. If it's nafsu, then it's going to be nafsuhu, but it's nafsi, so that is why it's nafsihi. So mabni ala dam fi mahalli jarin mudaf alayh. So this nafsi is not for emphasis that we studied in the last lesson. This is just a regular sentence. So the caliph, he asked, he said to himself, La Buddha an u'allima haza shaykha shay'an min adabi ta'ami. That La Buddha, he must, an u'allima, he must teach haza shaykha, this shaykh, shay'an, something, min adabi ta'ami, from the manners of the food, of the eating or ta'am. So I have Arab on this sentence. So la, we know la nafiyatu lil jins, which is harfu nasikh mabni, and Buddha is ismu la nafiyati lil jins mabni al fathi fi mahalli nasbin. We can see here. And again for la Buddha khabru la nafiyati lil jins mahzufun taqdiruhu mawjudun, and an is the particle which makes the fail mudare mansub, and we can see here is allama yu'allimu. For ana it should be u'allimu, but is u'allima because of an. So allama yu'allimu, u'allima is failul mudare mansubun bi an because of an, wa alamatu Walamatu nasbi al-fata, and haza is the first maful bihi. Haza ismul isharati lil qarib mabni ala sukun fi mahalli nasbin maful bihi awwal. This is the first maful bihi because this verb is taking two maful, and ash-shaykha is badal mansubun walamatu nasbi al-fata. So this shaykh is the badal which follows this mubdal minhu, which is haza, because I just said this is mansub, so that is why a shaykha is mansub. Shayyan is maful bihi sanin mansubun walamatu nasbi al fata, the second maful bihi, and min adabi is jarun wa majrurun, and then adabi is alamat ismun majrurun walamat jari al kasra huwa mudaf, and at-ta'ami is mudaf alayhi majrurun walamatul jarri al kasra. So he wanted to teach the Bedouin, some manners of eating. So, but he said, Summa, then Kala lil Arabi. So he said to the Bedouin, Limaza takulul khurufa ka anna ummahu natahatka. So he said to the Bedouin, why are you eating the lamb as if his mother hit you with the head, or so natahatka, like to the lamb hitting with the head. So why are you eating like you are eating as if his mother it hit you, or it strike you with the head. So you are eating like this, you taking a revenge, in other words. Al-Arabiyu, the Bedouin, he said, wa anta, and you, limaza tahzanu, and why are you sad, alayhi, upset or sad about it, kana, as if, ummahu arzatka, as if his mother fed you. So he said, why you are taking it serious, or why are you sad about it, that the way I am eating as if his mother has fed you. Al-Khalifatu, the caliph, he said. So the verb here is hazana yahzanu. Here the verb is akala yakulu for anta takulu. Al-Khalifa, the Caliph, he said, Anta bila aklin, are you without mind, without brain? Do you, I mean, the way he was talking to the Caliph, so he said, are you not in your senses? So this la is not la nafiya lil jins, because this this is attached with the harfu jarin, which is ba, and this is also majroor, so this la is not the same la, because otherwise it cannot be attached with the ba and it cannot be majroor. So Khalifa, now the Caliph is saying, are you not in your senses, or are you without brain? Kaifa tukallimul khalifata hakaza, how can you speak to the Caliph like this? Al Arabiyu, the Bedouin, afwaka atlubu ya maulaya, I ask for your forgiveness or pardon me, O my Lord, for anna jayun, because I am hungry. So he said, I am hungry, so I'm sorry. So he said sorry about what he said. Qala al Khalifatu, the Caliph said, Anta ala haqqin, you are upon truth, but I mean what you said, I mean, it's not your fault. Fala jaya akilun, because no hungry person is sin, means when you are hungry, you lose your brain or you lose your senses. So like this is la nafiya the lil jins, that is why we see is mansub, nakira ism nakira with mansub, and akilun is khabrul la nafiya lil jins. So this la negating this khabar, which is that there is absolutely no akil person in the category of the ism. So there is no akil person in the category of any hungry person. Anyone you call it a hungry, there is no one who has reasoning or akal or brain. So fa harfu atfin, la is an-nafiyatu lil jins, harfu nasikh mabni, and jaiya is ismu la nafiyati lil jins mabni al fathi fi mahalli nasbin, and akilun is khabru la nafiyati lil jins marfoon walamatu rafi ad-damma. Wa anta lam takul kasiran, and you did not eat a lot. So he was just kidding, or he was just making fun of him. He said, whatever you said is not your fault, because any hungry person he loses his brain. So, and you did not eat too much. So lam is the particle which makes the fail mudare majzoom. So that is why should be takulu, but lam making it majzoom takul. Kharufan wahidan fakat, only one lamb. So he was saying that you didn't eat too much, you just ate one lamb only. Summa qala lahu, then he said to him, Samakhtuka, so I forgive you. Fakhruj, so leave. So now this is the fe'lu amrin. We have studied fe'lu amrin, the commanding verbs. So basically this is kharaja yakhruju, and if you give a command to somebody which is in front of you, anta takhruju, so you leave, but when you give a command, so what you do, you make it majzoom and you remove the ta, and then if you can't pronunciate, like in this case, if you remove ta, we can't pronunciate, so hamzatul wasl is added, and hamzatul wasl will take the second last, the haraka of that ra here, so it is ukhruj. If nothing is coming before it, we will say ukhruj, but because fa is coming here, so that is why this hamzatul wasl, this is not pronounced, so that is why we saying it fakhruj. Fe'lu amrin mabni ala sukun. So now he asked the Bedouin to leave, because if he has eaten, now he can go, and he also pardoned him. Al Arabiyu, now the Bedouin, now he is saying, La ta'ama bila hulwin, there is no food without sweet, so he was not going to leave without eating some sweets. So again, la ta'ama, this is la nafiya lil jins. So la is nafiya to lil jins, harfu nasikh mabni, and ta'ama is ismu mabniyun ala al-fathi fi mahalli nasbin, ismu la nafiya to lil jins. So is ismu la nafiya to lil jins, and ba is harfu jarrin mabni, and la is, so in Arabic we call it la zaida mabni la mahalli laha min al-i'rab, it has no place in Arab. And hulwin is majroor because of this ba. So this is zaida, then this is ism majroor alamatul jarri al kasra, and this bila hulwi is shibu jarun majrun shibu jumla fi mahalli rafin khabar la nafiya lil jins. So la is negating this whole, that there is no sweet in the category of eating or food, like without sweet there is no food or no eating. Ainal faluzaju allazi yatakallamu nasu anhu, where is the faluda, that the one that people talk about it. So now he wanted to eat faluda also. I have Arab on this sentence. So aina, again aina is ismu istifhamin mabni ala fi mahalli rafin mubtada, aina is mubtada, al faluzaju is khabrun marfun wal alamatur rafi ad-damma, and allazi ismun mawsulun mabni ala sukun fi mahalli rafin sifa. So allazi is ism mawsul and is like a sifa for al faluzaju, because this describing the faluda, this describing this. So this is sifa for this word, that is why is mabni, but fi mahalli rafin sifa. And yatakallamu, the verb is takallama yatakallamu, fi'lun mudari marfu'un bi alamatir rafi ad-damma, an-nasu is fa'ilun marfu'un bi alamatir rafi ad-damma, anhu is jarun wa majrurun, and this whole jumla fi'liya yatakallamu, this whole jumla is sillatul mawsul la mahalli laha min al-i'rab, it has no function in i'rab. Qaddama al-khalifatul faluzaja lil arabi, the caliph, he put forward the faluda to the Bedouin, he put in front of him. Fa'akal al-arabiyu halwa, so the Bedouin, he ate the sweets. Hatta, until za akaluhu, he lost his mind, bisababi jamaliha, because of its beauty. So because the was so beautiful or so nice that he lost his mind, means he probably ate too much of it. Zahikal khalifatu, the caliph, he laughed. Wakala lahu, and he said to him, inna hazihil halwa la tukalu kasiran, indeed this sweet is not eaten a lot. Wa illa asbahal insanu gabiyan, and otherwise the man becomes stupid, gabiyan. So asbaha is sister of kana, fi'lu madin nasikhun mabni al fathi min akhwati kana. So this, just like this works like kana, is ismu asbaha is marfu and khabru asbaha is mansub. So al insanu is ismu asbaha marfuun wal alamatur rafi ad-damma, and gabiyan is khabru asbaha marfuun, not marfu, mansubun wal alamatun nasbi is wrong, nasbi al fata, this is fata. So just like kana, asbaha will have ismu asbaha marfu and khabru asbaha mansub. So this should be like this: khabru asbaha mansubun wal alamat nasbi al fata, and ismu asbaha marfun wal alamat rafi ad damma. And this verb fi'lu madin asbaha nasikhun mabni al fathi min akhwati kana. So he was telling him that it is not eaten too much, otherwise the man becomes stupid, gabiyan. فقال الأعرابي, so then the Bedouin, he said, ولكنك, but you, تأكلها, you eat it, كل يوم, every day, فهل أنت حمار, so then are you a donkey? That the man, that then you are not a man, you are a donkey. So that completes this interesting story. And in the next session we do some linguistics, and we'll complete the questions. So we'll do a tadribat. We attempt these questions. So I'm stopping here now with this greeting. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.